Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In this video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to love, especially if you're a big Boston Celtics fan. The Boston Celtics just got eliminated from the playoffs. The Brooklyn Nets beat them 4-1, and right now, the Celtics are planning for their future. There are so many questions and concerns when it comes to their championship team. Are they still going to be competitive? And simply, what are the big moves they have to make? Are they going to make a trade or maybe sign the perfect free agent? So this video is kind of going to be like a Celtics offseason rebuild. And because we're talking about the Celtics today, I'm going to change my background color to the green. Just, to keep it in the Boston theme. So if you're a big Boston Celtics fan, you're going to love this. But quickly before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I'll really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Celtics offseason.
That's a lot to learn from. I think in the last couple of weeks, I think we played pretty well under the circumstances. Not the season that we hoped for, that we envisioned, coming together at the start of it. But there's a lot of things that we had to deal with and try to overcome. And I think there's just something to build on. You just got to keep working at it.
After making it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, it's kind of disappointing that the Boston Celtics lost in the first round of the playoffs. Of course, it was very unfortunate that their first round matchup was against the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are one of the best teams, projected to win the NBA championship, and of course, Jayson Tatum alone does not have what it takes to beat James Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant. One thing's for sure though, Boston Celtics fans have an excuse. Jaylen Brown, their second superstar, was not available. He got hit with a season-ending injury before the playoffs, and with the Boston Celtics not having him, they simply weren't as good as they should be. But of course, in the NBA, anything can happen. You can't make excuses, you can't complain, and that's why I believe this offseason, the Celtics are going to make a lot of moves and focus on their future. We just got a crazy report this morning that the Celtics are already making moves. It was reported by Shams. Boston Celtics head coach Brad Stevens is planning to transition from his current role into becoming the new head of basketball operations of the Celtics, sources tell The Athletic and Stadium. Danny Ainge plans to resign from his role as Celtics president, sources said. Then Shams says this: Brad Stevens is moving from his head coaching role to leading the Celtics basketball operations, and Stevens will lead the search for the Celtics' new head coach, sources said. The Celtics plan on making roster changes, but not only that, they plan on making front office, head office changes. Which in my opinion, I actually like it. For a long time now, many Boston fans out there say Danny Ainge isn't doing the best he could as their head of basketball operations, so I'm kind of happy that right now there's somebody new, but honestly, I do question Brad Stevens. Some people believe that if he couldn't do a good job head coaching, how can he manage a franchise? Let's just hope this transaction works out for the best for the Celtics. When talking about this offseason, the Boston Celtics have the majority of their main players still on contract, and these players right here are the only ones that could be leaving to free agency. There's Evan Fournier, Luke Cornett, Tristan Thompson has a player option, Semi Ojeleye, Jabari Parker, Taco Fall, and Tremont Waters. These are their upcoming free agents, while their players of Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, and all their main guys are basically still on the roster. So now Brad Stevens, who is their new manager, has to look at these players and think, who should we bring back when talking about free agency? I'm gonna be honest, out of all of these players, I don't believe there's a priority. Evan Fournier might not be a bad idea, but the question is, how much money does Evan Fournier deserve? The next step for the Boston Celtics is hiring the perfect head coach to lead this young team. We all know Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the future of this team. Maybe signing a head coach that has a lot of experience in developing superstars, young superstars at the forward position. That might be a good idea. From what we're hearing, Jason Kidd of the Lakers is a primetime target, Lloyd Pierce of the Atlanta Hawks before, and even Mark Jackson could make a return in head coaching. There are so much reports and rumors that many coaches would love to coach the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics is a very popular and very liked franchise. The next key point, in my opinion, is talking about Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I believe they have to do whatever they can to not trade any of these two. Make sure these two are their future going forward. These two are their go-to franchise players. Keep them together, and there are so many reasons why I still believe they're a championship contender. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are both coming off a season where they were in the All-Star game and played at an All-NBA level. Both players are still under 25 years old and have not even hit the primes in their careers, and we all know their position is so valuable in the NBA. They can play the shooting guard, small forward, and the power forward position. They are very versatile. And with Jaylen Brown still being on contract for 3 more years, why get rid of him? And of course, when talking about Tatum, he's on contract for another 4 years. The Boston Celtics should not trade Jaylen Brown or Jayson Tatum. But the next step that I believe they should research into is talking about Kemba Walker, and while I believe trading him, it might not be a bad idea. Kemba Walker will be entering his final season with the Boston Celtics next year. He'll be entering a $36 million contract year, and then the season after that, a $37 million player option. And in my opinion, with Kemba Walker kind of taking a decline, I say trade him right now, while his value is still pretty good. Ever since playing beside Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker has been their veteran, their vocal leader, their experienced player, but so far his production has not helped them in the winning column. There were some games Kemba Walker even played had less than 10 points. He can't be doing that. A player getting paid more than $30 million should be as consistent as possible. I believe this offseason the Boston Celtics should focus on trading Kemba Walker for maybe a big. Somebody like Miles Turner, Nikola Vucevic, maybe getting Andre Drummond. The point is Kemba Walker, I believe, is not a good fit for the Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown show. Trading him while he has a lot of value right now, it wouldn't be a bad idea. This is a step they have to look into. A big part of Kemba Walker too is his health. He has not been healthy all season, and from the looks of it, Kemba's always dealing with something. And with the Boston Celtics focusing on developing Jaylen Brown and Tatum as their go-to guys and trying to win a championship, an unhealthy point guard of Kemba is not going to help this going forward. So trade Kemba Walker, this is my opinion. I believe Brad Stevens and the Boston Celtics have to focus a lot on these traits, finding a shooter off the bench, finding a wing defender, and also a stretch floor, a 3-and-D player. I believe these traits are very important that the Boston Celtics lack and was a big reason why they lost to the Brooklyn Nets, or in other words, got destroyed 4-1. In conclusion though, I still believe the Boston Celtics are one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference when everybody's healthy. They have a bright future. Tatum and Brown are under 24, and that's why as they keep developing and improving their roster, their team is just going to keep getting better and better. And maybe signing the right head coach is going to help elevate their game to superstar stardom. But yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the Boston Celtics and some key points when talking about their offseason rebuild. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. What do you believe the Celtics should do? Should they trade Kemba? Should they trade Tatum or Jaylen Brown? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!
I got angels flying all around.